Welcome to 6th Period with your very own 40S Media Production. My name's Eric R.Y., and today we're taking a look back at 4 years of beautiful media production experience. To start, we'll be talking with media production students Owen Stapleton and Duncan King. Welcome to the show, boys.
Thank you. Hey.
So, you guys have been in here since grade 9, correct?
Yes.
What have you learned from your time in media production?
Well, basically everything I know about cameras, like how to film, how to frame shots properly, how to get proper audio, just basically everything. I didn't know anything, but I was interested in making videos and films and whatever, so I decided I should take this.
After every project, we had a little response sheet that we had to fill out. Things we learned, things we enjoyed about the project, things we could have done better. If we add all of those up from all of the years, I could probably list about 40-some things that I've learned in this class, but some bigger ones. The tech we have in this room is crazy, right? I've learned how to use cameras that I never would have otherwise.
Anything I've learned, it's definitely a good work ethic because there's a lot of work that you have to do in media production in terms of pre-production, filming, and then post-production. I don't get everything done on time, which wouldn't be good in a workplace, but I've definitely learned what hard work is and how to maintain it.
That's very well said. I probably around the same as me too. I've learned a lot of things that I didn't think I would learn, and such as how important planning is before you go and shoot, and the importance of proper camera techniques and stuff like that, and how a shot can really be beautiful if you put the time and work into it, and how to work with the team.
In media, I learned how to edit videos using software that wasn't iMovie, how to use a camera, how to properly edit, learned a bit of sound stuff. Yeah, just mainly the basics.
Yeah, I mean, I think you learn a lot of those skills, obviously, but I think you learn a lot about working as a team.
Oh, that's true.
And there's a lot of those core kind of social skills. You got to learn how to talk to people. You got to learn how to work with a group. And I think that's really where a lot of the important learning in this course goes on.
Now, during your time in media production, we've done multiple films and videos. Which one of these projects has been your favorite to work on?
I think for me, it's been our Teenage Dirtbag music video, even though the song got really annoying after a while. Same with the editing. It's the project that I've had the most fun with because I think years prior to this, it was a more serious vibe towards our videos. Whereas this year I was in an environment with all my friends, so it was a lot more laid back in that video. It was really easygoing and we had fun with it, so that's my favorite.
I think for me personally, probably the music video we made for Gives You Hell.
I was going to say that.
It was just really, really fun to shoot. We had a lot of costumes and props and fun shots, and it was fun to edit too. Did some green screen stuff, some fun stuff. But yeah, it was really fun to make. It was a good group. It was a good time.
Yeah, I think I have to agree with Duncan. That video, we did so much with the trolley shots.
Oh yeah,
and
I forgot about that.
We shot outside, we shot inside. It was probably the most kind of advanced shooting techniques we tried for a music video. Other than that, the basement was a lot of fun to shoot. I still can't get the dust out of my clothes. I had to throw them out. But yeah, I think Gives You Hell's got to take the cake.
One that sticks out to me is last year we did the basement. That was very fun to shoot. We included the entire class. It wasn't huge, but very fun to make. Worked well together and had lots of fun doing it.
The blooper reel from that project is very extensive. Highly
Very
recommend
good.
it.
Very good too. Also, Brandon and I just this year did a music video for September by Earth, Wind & Fire, and that one had no plot, no storyline whatsoever. It was all over the place, and that was just, it kind of made it more entertaining even though it had no basic
It was just fun.
storyline.
Really, the plot of said music video was just
that
Daniel being
was
happy.
that it had no plot. Yeah.
Daniel being happy in
Yeah, I was
various
just
locations.
living my best life, so
It's a fun time.
yeah, that was
Yeah.
cool.
Speaking of me and Daniel's history of working together, back in grade 11, we did this news show together. And I mean, not to flex or anything, but it was definitely the strongest of the bunch.
I thought that was this year.
Was it this year?
That was
This
this
year.
year.
That was last semester.
That was last semester.
The vaping one?
See what I mean about these 4 years? Time it just flies.
Time
You know,
flies by.
time flies when you're having
I thought
fun.
it was grade 11.
And that
It was
we
only
are.
this year.
What can you do?
Mine would have to be faster. I worked really hard on planning that one out and planning location and everything like that. Just for it to turn out the way it did was just awesome. It's one of those videos that you're not really sure what you just watched, but it's up for the viewer's interpretation of what it means. And I loved making that one. That was lots of fun.
Now, what's your favorite memory from media production? After all this time and all that we've been through, what has stuck with you the most is something that you'll always hold dear?
Probably the entire length of 33, the making of 33, because it definitely slapped us in the face with reality. We had big expectations, and then we settled a lot. It was really bad.
Really bad.
But
Oh.
still fun. I ended up snorting flour as cocaine for that one, so I was plugged up for a week after. So it wasn't worth it either. It wasn't even close to worth it, but it was.
Just thrown together last minute. I was like, well, that's
It was an
enough.
experience.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, you yourself, you made quite a few memes, put them up on the wall. I'm sure we can show some of those.
Yes.
Those were quite
Look at
entertaining.
that.
I enjoyed those.
Beautiful.
We had a lot of fun in the bunker. Some karaoke sessions. Some good songs, some not so good songs.
Mainly not so good songs.
Yeah, a lot of fun times happened shooting the projects, but there was also good times.
Really what we call, or what is known as the bunker, is our editing bay in grade 12 this semester, where we had a really tight group of people in there. We really just kind of messed around, didn't get too much work done, but that's besides the point, of course. I believe we've already mentioned your glorious meme wall.
Oh, yes.
Beautiful,
Quite beautiful.
Other than that, we just had a lot of fun times in there.
I don't think there's one memory in particular that really sticks out. Like, honestly, the last 4 years just went by so fast that there's not really anything that stuck with me. The whole experience was just kind of good in general. But like I said, like I think this semester is probably like my greatest memories of media production so far. So I think this semester just in general has been pretty solid. So
A lot of the best memories honestly come from working with him behind the scenes for our shots.
Yeah.
Because we had a lot of, like our Smart Water commercial, and I started bleeding everywhere, and we just filmed it and stuck that right in.
Also the Gatorade, the Smart Water, like quote unquote sponsorship thing we did.
Oh, yeah.
Where we started like
Yeah,
harassing
we should talk
people
about
with
that.
Smart Water.
Yeah, so was that grade 9 or 10?
Grade 10.
Yeah, so in grade 10, during our My Sturgeon video, we decided, Charlotte's shaking her head at me, we decided to do a Smart Water bit. Don't know why. Smart Water was like kind of new at the time.
Just kind of
It was
decided.
real gross.
Yeah, it was honestly.
No, it was vitamin water. It started with vitamin
Oh,
water.
yeah. What am I talking about?
And,
It's vitamin water, not Smart Water.
So we started essentially putting vitamin water in every shot we filmed for the rest of the year. So at least one point in every video we filmed for the rest of the year, you can find vitamin water hidden in a shot somewhere.
Or not so hidden.
Or not
This
so
is just
hidden.
directly
Most of
in
the
your
time,
face.
we weren't as clever as we thought we were, to be honest.
There was a whole like minute-long compilation video at the end of a project where we were just like harassing people with a bottle of Smart Water.
I was one of those
Vitamin
people.
water.
Yeah.
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 Including during a fire drill.
Yeah. We actually yelled at
Yeah, we yelled
one of
at
our own,
Charlotte.
Charlotte Stevens.
Represent.
Represent.
Yeah, that was a good time.
There's some interesting bloopers, as previously mentioned, from the basement, which I think were some of my favorite moments, because that just kind of, those clips just kind of capture the kind of mood we had, and like we got stuff accomplished, but at the same time we had fun with it too.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Plenty of the best moments come from just working with your friends or working with people you don't even like necessarily.
Yeah.
And just the production, the making of the video. A lot of the most fun moments that don't actually get seen in the final product happen behind the scenes.
That's definitely true. Now, since you guys are in grade 12 and you're leaving off next year to go to your own respective schools of filmmaking and video production, what are you going to miss most about this class in particular?
Not the people.
Can we cut that? Yeah. Well, just the, there's like what we've been talking about. So a lot of good times in this class. So I think it's not going to be as much fun without this class because we both working on projects and not working on projects. A lot of them kind of not working on projects, like our impromptu news shows were quite a lot of fun. So I'm going to miss that.
I'm just gonna miss how much fun it was because after this, like everything's gonna be serious, especially me going into law enforcement. Like it's not like you can't do too much
Can't
fun
exactly
with that.
slack off.
Exactly. So I think that's the thing that I'm gonna miss the most. And it was a really good creative outlet and getting to play around with different tools. I don't think I'll get that after high school and after this class.
Just right off the bat, the fact that I didn't have to be super serious in this class.
Yeah.
See, I feel like the biggest step for me when going to real film school is the fact that this is the real life now. This is the real world. I have to be serious. I have to make the best final product that I could. While in here, I could really just be more laid back, have fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like he says, that's a big part that you kind of take for granted while you're in high school. You can kind of screw around and slack off a bit more and get away with it, but unfortunately that's not always going to work.
I don't know. I'm gonna miss having the creativity that I did have in this class, being able to fully plan something out with peers and make it mine. I'm gonna miss that because like they said, like you're gonna go into the real world and it's gonna be a product rather than your own work. It would still be your work, but it's going to be more industry, right? So you're going to have a lot of limitations, and I think I'm going to truly miss the freedom and creativity I had in this class to express myself.
Yeah.
Probably genuinely the people. Especially this year, we've had a good group going. Got a decent, not that much work done. we try.
It's a really tight-knit group.
Yeah, real tight-knit group, especially in the bunker.
We're the survivors for 4 years. We made it all the way through. Most people dipped out.
It's not the Vietnam War.
We're here and we enjoy it. It's a good time.
Yeah.
All right, that's awesome. Now, do you guys have any closing statements to say to the wonderful people at home?
Won't you help me sober up?
All right, that's Owen Stapleton and Duncan King.
Waker.
Thank you guys.
Love you guys.
Thank you.
Viewers.
Basement 2, Basement Harder. I mean, that was the name of the original
I
video.
think that was the
Basement
first one.
3, Basement Hardest.
Yes.
2021.
Well, everyone, that's Daniel Adam and Brandon Randville.
They should bring back vocational courses so kids can have the same experiences we did.
Thank you. Dylan Watson, Charlotte Stephen, everyone.
Hi, I'm Daniel Adam. Our next guest here is Eric R.Y., our original host, but now I'm asking him the questions. So, Eric, can you tell me, what are some things you've learned from your time in media production?
Well, honestly, I think media production has been great for me as a filmmaker and as somebody who wants to experience art. It's taught me most of the things I know about filmmaking, honestly. Like, I would not be able to edit without this class. My shooting skills would be drastically different. But I think the most important element that people often overlook in filmmaking is teamwork. I think I've learned so much about teamwork in this class, about collaborative projects. There's been often many times when group projects almost blow apart because there's bad leadership and conversation. But it's learning how to do that right that makes these projects good. And so I think it's the teamwork that's the best.
So can you tell me, what was your favorite project in the course of media production?
Just going through the catalog right now. I'd obviously have to say the basement, because that one was just so much fun. And honestly, it was silly, but I thought it was really good, even in spite of that, because we're just a bunch of people at a high school making videos. I really liked our Gives You Hell music video. I thought that was also another really fun project to work on, and it was that real collaboration that I was talking about earlier. We hit that with full force.
So you kind of already answered my next question, is what are some of your favorite memories, not necessarily during a project, but just in general? They could be associated with a project though.
Yeah, honestly, I think it's just kind of the stuff that we're pulling, the total tomfoolery that we get up to. We wrote a full-on rap one day instead of doing our work. The bunker freestyle, that was pretty epic. The Singles and Snakes poster, which is still up. I really enjoyed all the memes that made out of it. Weed Waker, especially, I think that's a very, very personable meme.
And so obviously you're going to miss that, but if you could pick a part of media that you are going to miss most after leaving and graduating, what would it be?
It's the people, man. It's the people make this class. If not, it would just be boring with regular projects, just doing a below average work. But because of the people, this class is the best one that I've had in my entire high school career. And I don't even think I might ever see them again. I'm moving 3 provinces over. Like, I'm not going to be in contact. And so these last weeks are the last time I have with them. And it's kind of sad to think about. But, we've had those memories. And so I'm happy with it.
And do you have any closing statements for our viewers?
I do have one. Diamonds be like 12 on y-axis. Our next guest, not a student, but the teacher of media production. Welcome, Mr. Todd Cardinal. How are you doing today, Todd?
Very well, how are you?
So, how long have you been teaching the media production class?
21 years.
21. Hoo-wee. And in that time, you've taught the 2019 media production class with all of us. What have you learned teaching this particular set of students?
Well, it's funny. You guys might not think about this very much, but everything you commit to video, whether it's completely serious or completely silly, leaves a lasting imprint on the program here. I remember fondly students going back 19, 20 years, and the memories that I have of them live in video, right? The same way you'd have a favorite television show or movie, right? So my memories of a kid get attached to the videos that I create. This group has been, this particular group has been really interesting. I could not imagine working with a more diverse group of young people. And it's interesting how such a diverse range of skill sets exist in one small, tight-knit group. Now, admittedly, this base started pretty wide in grade 9, and there was a bigger group of people and sort of more diverse range of personalities and talents. But to me, it's almost like a boot camp, right? We went through a rigorous process, and now we've ended up with a small, tight number of students. Your work ethic, your dedication, your endless capacity to say yes when I ask you to help me with something, no matter how ridiculous or banal, is just staggering to me. You have no idea how much I'll miss this group, but hopefully one day I get a chance to let you know. It's always sad to say goodbye to a group that you've gotten close to over 4 years, and if you think about it, that's 20% of your life. It's a smaller chunk of my life, but it'll still stay with me forever. So I'm honestly not looking forward to saying goodbye at all. But know that the great stuff that you did will linger on, and the bad stuff will be mostly forgotten.
Well, that's good to hear. Now, throughout the course of our 4 years, what's the favorite project that the students have done that you've enjoyed the most?
I've never had more fun with a group of young people ever than making that stupid basement movie last year. Just to see everybody so engaged, I've never seen Alex have more fun doing anything at school, period. Like, he's Indiana Jones beyond compare, digging through the rubble down there, finding interesting artifacts. Just the way that unlikely group came together, and was it the most amazing polished thing ever? No, but what you guys learned out of it, I'm sure will stick with you for a while.
And that it will. Do you have any other particular memories, not necessarily tied to a project, but just some of the shenanigans that have gone on with this group that you particularly enjoyed?
I try, honestly, because I genuinely like the people in this group, I try to turn a bit of a blind eye to the shenanigans. Because, if I acknowledge and, comment on the shenanigans somehow, then that sort of looks like an endorsement. But if I pretend to not notice, then it's like, well, as far as I know, they were doing pre-production or whatever, right? So I get that kids are kids. It was a long time since I've been a teenager, but I vaguely remember that. I also remember adults kind of not really taking me seriously. So I realize this isn't answering your question, but I'm going with it anyway. When it looked unavoidable that I was going to become a teacher, because it wasn't my plan A, honestly. I would have been a physiotherapist otherwise and probably hating my life, but here I am doing this. When it became obvious that I was going to spend the rest of my working career being a teacher, I decided one thing. I was not going to talk to young people the way that the teachers I hated talked to me. So whatever else happens, if I'm a little bit on the sarcastic, occasionally kind of borderline rude, it comes from a place of genuine concern and care. And if I really didn't, I would just say nothing. So that's kind of the thing that is going to stick with me for a while, is just enjoying getting to know you and the diverse personalities that you guys have.
Now, since all the students are graduating and going off to their separate ways in different schools, most in the media production element, do you have any wishes or things you'd like to say to them before they go and begin their real adult life?
Remember where you came from, I guess. Hopefully you think back fondly on the times that we had here, and there's some kind of a takeaway, regardless of where your life takes you. Whether you're involved in media as a career or just simply a hobby, pastime, or maybe your future has nothing to do with it. I just hope that there's something that you take away from this that's positive, and you remember back and think, yeah, you know what, that might have been one of the good times in high school. It's sometimes hard to know now, but I'm hope that's my hope for you guys.
Mm-hmm. And is there anything you'd like to say before we close out?
Bon voyage. I wish you the best of luck, and I hope to see all of you again in some capacity in the future.
Mr. Todd Cardinal, everybody. This has been 6th Period from 2019 Media Production. It's been a good 4 years. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Who are we thanking?
Everyone.
The audience.
Us. Ourselves.
Thanks, so.
Cut.
Thanks, class.
Class dismissed. Can you sign me this table?
No.
But when it hasn't been your day, your week, month, or even your year, well, I'll be there for you. When the rain starts to pour, I'll be there for you. Like I've been there.